Okay, Jam Fam Tribe, we're off again on another adventure. And this time, if you know Mandeville and you know going up to the south side of the city centre where you're heading back up towards Knockpatrick End, and you know where the soldier base is, so the Foster Barracks, well, that's the area in which we're going to be going today on our adventure. So we're taking you on this adventure into another one of Mandeville's finest neighborhoods, and these houses, they are stunning, and we will capture what we can to the best of our ability, and hopefully you will enjoy this journey with us.
The Jam Fam family. Jam Fam, come hang with me, yeah.
Hello, Wagwan, pick up yourself, whether you're there yard or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. And on today, we're going to be taking you on a tour of a neighborhood that we're going to be calling the Foster Barracks neighborhood. That's not the official name for it, but that will give an idea of where we're going and where we're heading. So let's take you on this excursion. We are turning off of the main artery of Mandeville, and we're leaving the commercial buzz behind as we enter into this neighborhood. It's worth noting that it's at the back of the Jamaica Defence Force base, as I've highlighted to you before, and it gives the area a distinct sense of order and security for those people who like that sort of a thing. You'll often see the sentries at the gates of the greenery of the camp grounds peeking through the perimeter. It's a landmark that everyone in Manchester and particularly in Mandeville should know about. Now notice how the sounds of the town start to just fade in the background. This is where we start to see what it's like as we enter from this main street and main thoroughfare as the gateway into several established middle income communities and streets that we're going to go on. Now the elevation here is classic Mandeville. Expect those misty mornings and the crisp, cool Clyde air that makes this parish famous. It's why people choose to live back here. You're 5 minutes from the town centre, but it feels like a different world altogether. Now we're heading into the heart of the neighborhood. Look at the architecture. You will see the old Mandeville style, sprawling ranch style houses with wide verandas sitting right next to the newer multi-story family homes. The lots back here are rather generous. People take pride in their gardens. Expect to see plenty of bougainvillea, citrus tree, and maybe some hydrangeas if the soil is just right. The roads back here are a bit more intimate. It's the kind of place where neighbors know each other's cars. It's quiet, mostly residential, and has a very settled energy. You won't find much traffic through here because these lanes aren't shortcuts to anywhere else. They are destinations. Of course, there is the rush hour mornings to consider because it can be tough. We've driven through here, and one of the streets that we hadn't gone onto, we've driven past it since, and the houses there are just magnificent. It's peaceful, tucked away behind the military discipline of the camps. As we circle back, you get a real sense of why this pocket is so coveted. It's stable, it's green, and it has that unique guarded feel thanks to our neighbours in uniform. Whether you're looking at the well-kept lawns or the mountain views in the distance, it's a perfect slice of Manchester living. We're heading back out now, and this neighbourhood is just a stone's throw away from the heartbeat of the city centre. So, will this be your destination in Manchester? Or are you still looking to see if you can find something more pristine and more befitting just for you? Do let us know what you think about this neighbourhood in the comment section below. We look forward to reading your comment and hearing your view about this wonderful town centre that we call Mandeville and the wider Manchester too. Jam Farm Tribe. We still not have no internet back. It's going almost 24 hours. And it's them a time when you start to see people creativity come to life. Look
Instead
at
of
Madam. In can't do homework, in can't do printing, in can't do most of the sitting them when he doing. So I know him I go manage when he go to school tomorrow if I go explain to him teacher them why stuff. So look what him I don't know. He have puppet. What else not that?
I have puppets. A slinky.
Let me see what Slinky? Are the one where look that the one where look like spring.
That I got from a friend.
What up? Let me see it. Oh, was that from your gymnastic or trampoline? Okay. I remember that gift.
I have some squishies.
Let me see that. What that a wiggle? Oh,
It's a shark.
it's a shark.
And I have a fidget cube.
Uh-huh.
And I have this thing that
Let me see
has
that.
a very extreme backstory.
Oh, is that like a night, a galaxy
Remember where I
something?
got it from?
I don't remember. Should I? I think I know it, but I can't remember.
I'll
Okay.
tell you later.
Okay.
And I have this.
Oh wow! Yes, I remember that. I didn't know you have it.
On her bedroom floor.
Oh, I knew that one of you burst it. I didn't know it was. I didn't think you still had
the
it.
glitter's at the bottom.
I guess because you haven't used it or it's old, is it?
I don't
But it's still working.
But
though.
you know what I might do? If I can find silicone glue, I'll buy silicone glue and I'll cut this, I'll put liquid and I'll put like a clayish one so it's slow rise. And then I'll glue it shut.
Oh, and then what happened? It won't be as soft?
No, because it's jiggly. I want it to be slow rise.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And then I have this. It's just a yo-yo, but I don't actually know how to. I don't know how to use it or anything.
Okay, what's in there?
It used to glow up, but the battery died. And I have this Rambo Rubik's Cube that I've always been able to solve my way. And there's one over there, but it's not in this box.
Oh, the small one.
And then I have these.
I don't know why this is refocusing. What's that called?
A monkey noodle.
Oh.
I don't know why it's called that. It just
Nor
is.
do I. Okay, what else in there?
I don't know what the purpose of this is, but yeah. And then I have tubes, which he didn't like because when Callum found out about it, every single time he's up.
Let me see. Do it. Let me see. Yes, I can recall. Stop. No, you don't work.
I had to pull out.
Why? Honestly.
You asked me to pull it. I wasn't going to pull it.
Oh. I'm trying to get through an early morning with no internet, and water pressure is up a little bit later than it would normally, but I'm trying to still see if I can get in my wash loads. So I finished my first light colors, waiting to go and sort that, and I've got the other one, got a little bit over an hour left on the other one, so I'm just hoping I can clock everything in before the pressure go off. If it does, normally we just finish it with the pump, but if you can wash without that added electricity, it all makes sense, especially because UK and European people will probably get this more. Or wash cycles with our front loading machines are so much longer than an American wash cycle with the lid that you can open, the top open ones. So the wash cycles are long, and therefore, it needs to go a little bit longer with the water pressure. So I'm hoping to get my cycles done have that one ready now to go and put out panel line. We're trying to see how we can get as much of these things done as possible before midday. So let's keep it going. One of our newly subscribed Jam Fam Tribe member was watching some of our videos and seeing the amount of food we cook on those videos. And the fact of the matter is, we food prep over here. Ain't nobody going into the kitchen every single day sweating in Jamaica for the cook food. We are used to meal prepping from the UK for efficiency, and we are practicing meal prep here. So every time we cook, we buy ourselves some time to not have to go back into the kitchen and do the same thing. And it's more economical, not just on your time, but on your resources. Because the same pot we made a cook for one meal, we use the same pot and we cook in a hit for 2 or 3 meals. Which means I'm making better use of my time and my resources and paying into my future in terms of not needing to go and utilize my time for them stuff there one next day in the week. So it works efficiently that way. From Tribe, the transition was so quick. How we went from 21 degrees and it was really cold and wet to dry, nice, sunny day in such a short time. Late 20s, early 30s. The temperature last when I checked was about 27, 28 degrees. Nice warm day. Yeah man, early spring is in override now. We know say they're here on the island. So I know that it's been cold a little bit recently in the UK and also in parts of North America with the front that was passing here. It's so profound how climatic conditions in one area can also impact on climatic conditions in other areas that people don't often tend to put together and see how it works, but it's awesome. We have a nice sunny afternoon here and it's one that I'm trying my best to enjoy. I talk about the mini pants on the road all the time, and I think it's only fair that I balance out that conversation with the reality of some of the things that happen. So, there are people who you actually stop and you give access to, and they just don't have no gratitude. And I think sometimes that probably make people think, well, me now got inconvenience myself right now just to give somebody access when they're ungrateful. Because I was at a street and I could see that there was a petrol station and people coming in and out, and right behind me was another place where people coming in and out. So I decided I was going to stop rather than go bumper to bumper like how most people were doing. So of course that means that the person coming out of the petrol station can actually come down and join the way. So of course somebody else come in front and that person was going to go into the business place behind me. And so now the person is coming out in front of me was a bit delayed because that person is trying to get across. And of course, the person behind me had come up too close. And so now they're now insisting, oh, I told me if you come up. And I'm like, if me did just bumper to bumper, you wouldn't have nowhere to come out. And now I got to argue and I'll be ungrateful over the fact that I've just made sure to be thoughtful to give you access. And this is how you're acting. You can't even be patient enough to wait so that the maneuvers can happen so that we can move how we need to move. Anyways, so that sometimes I think might mean that people just don't bother. You do not think about them, because in the occasions when you do, these are some of the things that happens. The reaction and the response that people give is just ungratefulness. And lots of people just don't want to have to use their energy to deal with those type of behaviors. So they just don't bother. Anyways, the sun come back out and it is proper sunning. It's gotten hot so quickly. It's gone up from 21 degrees a couple of days ago to now 27 and 28 degrees. So it's gone back quickly. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's a massive change in a quick period of time, because we were having rain up to this early this morning in the before day morning, and then we don't have none since day. And I'm grateful for that. But the sun is out in its element, and I'm going to get out. But I thought I needed to have that conversation with you before, because I think it's only fair that we look at the coin from all the different angles and all the different sides, so that we can be fair in how we share the perspectives and the outlook on all of these different scenarios that we experience on the road. And I'm in a position now where, as a passenger, I looked at it, and now I'm looking at it as a driver too. And these are just some of the realities that hits you on the road here.
The Jam Fam family. Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me. The Jam Fam family. Jam Fam, come hang with me, yeah.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on this another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. We look forward to seeing you in the next one. And do remember that we have lots more of these, that we're showcasing different communities and streets in the parish if it's something that interests you. And if it's a parish that you would want to relocate to, as you know, it already holds the title for the returnee area in the country. So therefore, it's worth exploring if that's what you want to do. Although we have a large number of retirees who've come from other parts of the country, Kingston mainly, or other parts of the country, moving into the school hills of Mandeville as their retirement journey. Tell us what you think. Is it something that you would retire to? Bye for now. We look forward to seeing you in the next one, and until then, do take care and remember, workbook.